Oh boy, sorry about that. What is up, you guys? The Fallout What If here, and today I'm going to be doing the What If. What if Issei had BT? Now, I know this is not, this is not anything like the Deku one that I did. No, I'm thinking about, this is a story where Deku will have the powers and more, he would have energy, he will have better transformations, he will have what I would like to call the jack of all trades, master of none kind of personality. And this is how we're going to start off, people. Sorry that I haven't been doing videos. I seem to be messing up, but hopefully making this video and hopefully you guys will like it and watch it. Share it to people you at least will know would like an Issei What If. Well, here we go, people. We start off at the time Issei was with Rainier. And during that time, Rainier asked him, or asked Issei, would you die for me? As in canon, Issei does tell her that he doesn't understand what she means. Until Rainier turned into her true form with black angel wings, also with a seductive kind of outfit, a seductive outfit, covering only her important parts. Issei, as much as he would like to see this, believe me, he will. He would have. Rainier grabs a light spear and chucks it at, well, Issei, hitting Issei square in his chest, making him fall into the ground. The only thing that's different here is that Issei is going to be helped out by somebody else. Now, he won't join any peerage or anything like that. Not yet, at least. But a man walks up with clothing and all. As far as he can tell, the only thing that he remembers is a dirty blonde hair. Some of you may understand this, some of you may not. But Issei is looking at the man, not even seeing his face, saying, "Who are you? And what do you want?" The man just simply says, "I'm here to help you, Issei Hyoto. I'm willing to give you something that not a lot of people will get in a lifetime." And Issei says, "I'm shot in the heart. It's a miracle that I'm even talking." Issei wells up with tears. Till the man says, "I'm sorry, but I'm not going to let you die. You're too interesting. As far as I can tell, you have something that they want." Now, that one woman that killed you, or supposedly killed you, she is someone I know. But there's also someone who needs to be stopped. Someone just as bad as her. Somebody so twisted that he would cause chaos among this world just to sanction his needs. I won't tell you who it is, Issei. Or Mr. Hyoto. Either way, I'm going to give you this little tiny ball. Well, not a ball, but as far as you can see, it's a ball. Now, I'm going to give you this, and you will not remember too much about me. You won't even remember too much about what I'm going to give you. This little item here is the only thing that's gonna keep you that's going to keep you alive and safe. Even if you don't have it anymore, it's always going to be a part of you. So, do your best to take care of him. Will you, buddy? Issei looks up and says, "What's your name? At least tell me that." And the man says, "Afraid I can't do that, sir." Or young man, "I'm going to have to go now." And this is when Issei just feels something in his chest. And all he just knows is that he's on the ground the next day, looking upwards, seeing the blue sky and a couple of pigeons on him trying to peck out his eyeballs. This is when Issei gets up as fast as he could, and he looks around, saying, "Where am I?" Realizing he's in the same park that he was yesterday. The same fountain. Sorry about that. Kind of breathing a little hard. My chest hurts. But anyway, Issei looks up and sees people looking around him or looking at him. And he's wondering in his mind what's going on. Why is everyone here? And why is my why does my shirt have a hole in it? This is when his head starts hurting and he starts having these little flashbacks. And this is when he just starts running home. Be it, Issei is going as fast as he can. But he hasn't noticed, but he is going around 20 miles per hour. More faster than most of his school, the entire school. And Issei is wondering how is he still running without taking a breath. And he starts running and running and running and running until he makes it home. And this is when the mom and dad ask him, "Son, where have you been last night? We've been worried about you." The mother says, "Yes, we've been worried sick about you, dear. What happened?" And this is when Issei says, I've been with Moriyasu, and we were watching a movie and we kind of went to sleep." And this is when the father says, "But why do you have a shirt on you? Why do you have a hole in your shirt?" This is when he says, "Oh, I must have. Well, they pull pranks on me, and I have more shirts, so I don't have to worry about it too much. But anyway, I have to go. All right, you guys take care and do what you guys have to do." So at this time, Issei goes back to his room, but as soon as he does, he says, "I need to get some sleep. I'm still kind of worried." And this is when his heart starts beating a lot. And Issei is telling himself, "Why am I feeling so tired? Why is my chest hurting?" And he said, "Is it because of last night? Why do I have to tired?" And he just goes to sleep. Now, while this is happening, we go into Issei's inner mind, or more specifically, his soul, where all the memories and everything that has happened up to this point is just shown out. This is when the circular object was given new life in the form of a robot. Now, this is BT, if most of you guys are wondering. Now, BT somehow miraculously lived, and the person who found him decided to see what this thing holds. And to the surprise of this person, he found out that, well, Everything I have has nothing on this thing. Showing memories of countless battles with titans, showing people who rode on him, who have seen action in battle. Some noteworthy people. And he decided to construct something for this thing to give him an edge and to create something that could inevitably be useful to someone with armor or some kind of balance breaker that uses a machine kind of mechanism. And because of the history that this person has, the knowledge that he possesses, he's decided to go with the whole Issei route because he knows that there's someone else, but it's a mere human against someone else. Could be Volley, could be somebody else, could be Kokobeel. The man here, as you probably have noticed, is Azazel. Azazel did find something while he was outside the world, and while traveling back, he saw something that caught his eye. So when he decided to fly outside to the into the dimension, he found out that there was something out there, something that can possess so much power that it could once one single piece of it can basically uh how do I say it? Something that can give a planet's energy. Azazel's been watching this and studying it until he decided to try to make a balance breaker out of it. You see, I will do one day a balance break. What if Issei had balance breaker armor? Combining different kinds of armor, different kinds of monsters or heroes or whatnot. But I decided to go for this one. And this is when a blue sphere that has little stars or little dots just circling around, making it look like stars. And he decided to give it the name BT, as it was always called back then. Now, all this thing sees after that is a big dragon, probably around 12 meters taller than BT. And BT sees, acknowledge, unidentified specimen has been seen. This is when the Red Dragon Emperor, Ddraig, says, "Now, who are you? And what are you doing in my domain? There's only one spot for this soul, and I am in possession of it." BT sees this and says, "I am sorry, but I am bound to this soul now. My name is BT. How pleasure to meet you." This is when Drake says, I just got bored of you right now, robot. I'll ask you, what are you doing in this human? And this is when BT says, I was constructed after someone saved me to enter this boy's body and become a vessel to protect him. This is when Drake says, interesting. Now, how do I know that you are telling the truth? This is when BT says, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. But my programming does not allow me to lie. Please, assist me in understanding this world and these things called demons, angels, and fallen angels. Drake says, ha 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 ha. Oh, you seem to be actually interesting. Showing no fear, even as a robot. It shows that technology still is lacking. Because had you known me, had you have a, if you had a heart like me, you would be trembling in fear because you would have at least acknowledged that I am one of the heavenly dragons. One of the heavenly dragons. My name is Ddraig. I am the boosted gear for this young man named Issei. I am one of the powers of Longinus. What would you provide to the table if you were to protect this young man? BT says, calculating. First, give you all the assessments of my powers, or my abilities, my arsenal of weaponry, and the different kinds of modes I take to show you what I am capable of. Ddraig and BT look at each other. BT actually starting to grow a bit more conscious, starting to lose that edge off of him, starting to turn more human like, if anything, showing a more human side. This is when Drake says, I like your tenacity, robot, but can you defeat me or even pose me any challenge at all? This is when BT says, calculating, as the words of my former pilot, I'm gonna kick your ass. This is when BT starts running after him, or running towards him. Ddraig takes up to the skies. BT switches onto ion mode and just starts unleashing a devastating laser beam towards Ddraig. Ddraig says, what the? And almost gets pierced by this beam. Ddraig says, so, you are not just a bag of tricks. You actually can shoot out these freaking beams of destruction. Huh. That's interesting. I might try that. What else do you have? This is when he switches into freaking Legion mode with well, you guys know, a minigun by all means, and shoots it at Ddraig. Ddraig just shoots out fire at freaking BT, causing the two freaking attacks to hit each other. BT says, noting, the one called Ddraig could shoot high amounts of fire, taking out any of my bullets. Calculating. Using Scorch. Now this is when BT and Ddraig go fight again, but BT uses Scorch's abilities and starts posing more of a challenge, since Ddraig can't fight him from fire to fire. Ddraig decides to go and just charge at him and try to take him out. But this is when BT says, switching, Ronin. And he freaking just teleports from one side of the playing field to the other in a matter of seconds. with a gigantic sword on him. Ddraig says, "A sword? Huh. Do you think that piece of metal can actually cut me? What a fool you are." Noting, retort. "I am no fool. I am BT, one of the last of the Titans. Or a Titan. My co-pilot was named not BT. My co-pilot was named Jack Cooper. I am someone who was among the other kinds of Titans to this is when BT starts malfunctioning because parts of it's still not working. Ddraig looks at him and thinks, are you gonna be alright? Kind of feeling like, what the heck just happened here? BT says, memory reboot. This is when BT looks around himself again and says, "I am sorry, but I will no longer be able to continue the fight due to me still losing memories and processing everything through this database." And this is when Ddraig says, that is a problem. You kind of took away the fun of fighting you. That is a letdown, robot. BT starts saying a new kind of solution. And this is when Ddraig looks at him and says, "New solution? Well, speak up." BT stated, "In order to get powerful, we must combine and turn into a better, smarter, more capable Red Dragon Emperor. By doing this, I may actually remember everything, and I may actually have a beating heart. I may actually have one for the first time ever. Hear something beat within myself." Ddraig looks at him and says, "Why should I let you? After all, you may be a hindrance to me, and I do not, under any circumstances, want anyone to hinder me." BT says, sorry about that. "By doing this, you will have my arsenal of weaponry, plus any capable abilities you may have." This is when Ddraig says, I do want those abilities that you have. Those look so freaking awesome. But do not think that I will turn into a robot like you. If we are going to do this, it will be only to my benefit, and I will take control of this. BT realizes that he's going to have to be the one that, to sacrifice his mentality. And BT says, "Okay, I will give you all the knowledge I have in order for you to gain more power." And this is when he says, "Good luck, Ddraig." And this is when the two starts to turn into small orbs. And instead of looking like well, instead of looking like the color dark green or emerald green, it turns into even shinier, even brighter crystal, turning it into a green sphere with stars and fire raging within it. This is when Issei goes and wakes up, and he says, "What the heck's happened? Why? What did I just? Was this a freaking anime I watched? No, but they were talking about my name. Well, this is my dream too, so give me a moment here, people." Issei was wondering this whole time what could have happened. So he just says, "Screw it. Might as well go to school. Maybe something will happen." So he walks to school. And he's not with Motoyasu and the other one. And after that, he starts walking and walking and walking until he goes and heads to. Well, he goes inside the school and they do all the subjects. But the thing that kind of shocks him was that he understood and he knew what the test answers were. And not only that, he understood everything and he did everything right. He made paintings from different people. He made for artwork. He actually made a freaking what is it called? He made a sculpture of a woman that was short in stature, with black hair wrapped up in a bun, eyes that were shimmering with silver, small, had a little knife that looked like a kunai. And this is when he wrote the words hope, which actually kind of freaks him out. And during the physical tests, people, the boys, gym, they seen his muscles, and he looked like somebody who's gone to the gym but hasn't got enough bulk just yet. This is when Issei says, "Oh gosh, I am ripped. Oh, look at me. Hold on here. Girls will start liking me as soon as I walk there. Hello, Mr. Beefcakes." Give me a second, people. Sorry about that. Now, Issei is basically more athletic, but he doesn't know that he has combat prowess until Motoyasu and I forgot the other ones right now. The other guy's name, Kibimaru, I think. Uh, Tetsuna. Oh man, I forgot. But the two pervs basically start running away from the kendo club, and the captain basically looks at Issei and is like, "You two, you're gonna get hit by me because you're a part of this group, and you probably were perving on us too." Until Issei says, "No, I wasn't." And this is when they got the two guys, and she says, "Look, we both know that you did it. Why don't you just tell us the truth, and we won't get upset at you? We'll just hurt you a lot." And Issei says, "No, I'm not going to fight you, and I'm not also going to let you hurt me for something I didn't do." And this is when she says, "So you're taking the coward's way out, huh?" And she says, "All right then. Girls get him." And this is when the girls try to one of the girls tries to grab him, but if it was just on instinct alone, Issei would have just ducked. But no, Issei didn't just duck. Issei ducked and grabbed one of her legs, picking it up, causing the girl to actually fall down to the ground. And Issei says, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. And this is when uh, Akuna, I think that's her name. Sheesh, I have to I have to remember the names much more better. But she starts looking at Issei and she just says, "How did you do that?" And she says, "Give me my kendo, give me my stick." And not Deku. Issei says, "Look, I don't want to fight you, all right? I just don't want to be grabbed. Right now, today's been a weird day." And this is when Issei is just, trying to walk away. But she grabs, she actually gets her sword, or her wooden sword, and tries to attack Issei. Issei is just moving around, blocking it with his bare hands. And Issei says, it stings. But it doesn't hurt as much. That's weird. So he keeps walking for quite a while. And after that, Issei is just moving around. While the girl's trying to hit her, Issei is wondering, how is this happening? And this is when he just keeps blocking and pushing away the stick until they accidentally go to the streets. And the girl from the kendo club strikes down at Issei, actually hitting him. And this is when a car is speeding and not knowing where it's driver is not looking where he's going ahead. This is when the girl, which her name was, let me see right here. All right, it was Murayama and Matayasa, the two members of the kendo club. Now, Issei started to fight. Well, not fight. He started to keep defending himself until the car came. Moriyama, with the swing of her sword, accidentally cuts Issei in the cheek. While doing that, Matasa runs towards her and tries to push her out of the way. Issei sees this. The one thing that he knows is that he doesn't want those two to die. In his head, for some unknown reason, he thinks to himself, why is he doing this? And this is when Issei thinks to himself, I have to protect them. I don't want them to die. That one feeling that I had, the feeling that went through my chest, it feels like it could have done that again. It could burst at any moment. And these two have families, people that they care about, that care about him. I will not let them die. I will protect them. And this is when his eyes start to turn, instead of the brown, it turns into a light shade of blue for a second and just runs up and pushes those two out of the way, leaving him to get hit by the full force of that truck. This is when he just starts rolling under the tires. And Issei is on the ground. Once he gets back up, sorry about this. I'm sorry that I'm breathing too much. He gets up and looks around. He gets up little by little. Murayasa, Matasa, and Murayama see this, and they say, "Where's Issei at?" And then they both see him trying to get up, and he's shaking, he's quivering, and blood is all over his head, scars, or basically gashes and wounds. And the one thing that they didn't notice until they stepped even closer is that his sleeves were gone. But that wasn't not it. It wasn't that the sleeves were gone, or just gone at least. It was that the whole arm was gone. His whole arm was crushed under the weight of the truck. With Issei's strength, he could have handled it had he actually had his devil powers. And Issei is trying to get up, and the girls just basically gasp, asking him why would he do that for those two after all the stuff that they put him through. Issei said, "Because it's the right thing to do. You're two very beautiful girls, and I wouldn't want you to get hurt. I wouldn't want your families to mourn their daughters. I wouldn't want them to suffer and have a hole in their hearts. So it's just an arm. It's it's gonna be okay, all right." This is when Issei goes down to the ground again, and Murayama. This one right here, she runs and goes as far as she could to get the principal. I mean, well, to get the staff and the teachers. And this is when she, Matasa, Matsaya, or Matase, Matase, or I don't know how to say it. I almost spoke Spanish right there. She starts tearing up, saying, "You idiot! You should have just let. You shouldn't have done that. What were you thinking going on the streets?" And Issei said, "Why are you crying for me?" And this is when she says, "Because you saved me, but you caused yourself so much pain now. Aren't you worried that anything that you were going to do that would have required you for two limbs, for two arms, don't you think that anything you wished for would be gone?" This is when Issei said, "I'm a pervert. There's nothing for me in this world. Right now, I'm just playing the pervert. I'll probably get myself a mediocre job. I won't success in anything. And I almost died yesterday. It's probably just a matter of time before everyone forgets me. But it's a good thing that you have me on your lap. It's comforting. It smells sweet. It smells wonderful. I know at least how to die in the face of a man. But in the face of a beautiful woman. Now, good night. Wake me up once all of this is over." And Matase starts tearing up. She says that he may have been a pervert, but this is the first time somebody risked their life for her. And she starts to get a little red, but she's starting to cry. Issei's just smiling right there. And this is when she's passed out. And this is when the blood that was on the ground just wipes away. An older man with red hair looks at him and says, My, Issei, Hyodo, I've heard a lot about you. The pervert, the last place, the weakest link, the person that not a lot of people would care about. Had somebody crying for him. Not only that, it shows here that you made improvements. It's so weird. Not only that, it shows that you ran 20 miles. It shows that you got much more stronger in just one day. Huh. That's very interesting. Can't just let you die right now. I want to actually see how this will go. And this is when he starts reviving him using demonic magic. And he says, My name is. Sheesh. I forgot how to say his name right. Hold on here. Alright. His name is Sirzechs Lucifer. And this is when he starts summoning his demon magic to revive Issei Hyodo. Issei is looking up, saying, That's Rias. Who knew she looked so handsome? And he just plops. This is when Sirzechs says, "Oh my! It seems that I've been confused for my little sister. But no one needs to know that he's gonna be with me. I don't want to tell her just yet. Probably just see what the kid's made of before I decide to hand him off to anyone. And this is where I'm gonna leave it off, people. Hopefully you guys liked it. Uh, this is weird because I haven't done like a high school DxD what if, but hopefully this has done some justice. Hopefully you guys will probably watch it. Tomorrow I am planning on like brainstorming on doing the what if. What was it called again? What if Naruto was a hollow? Hopefully you guys will like it. It's not going. The hollow one is not going to be a full. It's not going to be a full what if where it's like 20 or 11. It's probably going to be around 5. So hopefully you guys like that. But anyway, I'm trying to adapt to see if I can make it to where how other people make it, how other people make their what ifs, and see how I can copy it and try to use that into making my videos better. To try to copy how people can make their videos longer and yet shorter at the same time, so that way you guys can watch it and you guys don't have to get bored with the same old thing. Hopefully I said it correctly. But anyway, that is it right now. Like, comment, do subscribe to the channel here, people. This has been the Fallout with here. Bye.